So good afternoon and welcome to the Shannon College of Hotel Management talk as part of NUI Galway's virtual open day. My name is Sarah O'Mahony and I'm the marketing manager for Shannon College of Hotel Management. I'm joined today by one of our students. This is Niharika. She is a year 3 student in Shannon College. So she will be here today as well to speak about her experience in Shannon, to tell you a little bit about what it's like to be a student in Shannon. And she might also give a little bit of an insight into her experience on work placements and things like that. So we're going to go through a quick presentation, which will go through the different programs that we offer in Shannon, what makes our courses unique and all of that side of things. And then there'll also be an opportunity at the end for you to ask any questions that you have. If you do have any questions, please do pop them into the chat throughout the presentation. We would love to get your questions in. Whether they're for me or Niharika, we'd be delighted to get your questions. So we'll start off with the presentation. So as you know, you have joined the NUI Galway Open Day today, and Shannon College is a college of NUI Galway. So we're a part of the College of Business, Public Policy and Law, but we actually have our own separate campus. So our campus is located in Shannon in County Clare. So we're about 1 hour from Galway. We're about 20 minutes from Limerick City, and we're located in a really, I suppose, beautiful part of the world, just on the River Shannon. So a really nice place to study. In our college, we offer 2 business degrees. So we have a Bachelor of Business Studies in International Hotel Management and a Bachelor of Commerce in International Hotel Management. So both are level 8 business degrees, specializing in the area of hotel, hospitality, tourism management. And the reason our degrees are business degrees is because you know, when you do go to work in a hotel, at the end of the day, you are working in a business. And if you are the general manager of the hotel, you are the general manager of quite a large business. So we think it is vitally important that you not only learn all the practical skills involved in running the hotel, but also the management side. Another thing that is very important to mention is that because our students come out with this full level 8 business degree, they have excellent opportunities afterwards. And those opportunities are, you know, they're very flexible and they can be in lots of different areas, whether it's within the hospitality industry or in lots of other industries. Later this afternoon at 2 p.m, we will be hosting a panel discussion with 2 of the Shannon alumni. And in that panel discussion, you'll be hearing from some alumni who are still within the hotel industry after they've graduated. And then also you'll have the chance to hear from someone who left hotels and went and started his own business. And I think that that's a really good indication as to the diversity of the degrees that are offered in Shannon, and the flexibility available to students after those degrees. So our 2 programs are very similar in structure. So year 1, you're studying. Year 2, you're on a 12-month work placement. Year 3 and year 4, you're studying again. And at the end of year 4, you go on your final work placement. And that is the structure for both of our degree programs. So I'll talk you through both of the kind of how that goes in a little bit more detail. So for both programs, year 1 and year 2 are identical. So in year 1, you're going to start your business studies subjects. You'll start things like your management accounting, financial accounting, quantitative methods, principles of management. So those core business modules that you would start in any business degree that you would take on. At the same time as that, you're going to study 5 practical subjects. And these practical subjects are hands-on, practical in their nature, and they're practical in the way that they're taught as well. So you're not going to be learning from a book so much in these subjects. You are going to be going in and actually learning by doing. So that's something that can really appeal to students, is that kind of learning by doing, having a chance to spend time in each of these departments. And that is a nice method of learning for a lot of students. So you'll spend some time in accommodation services, which is your housekeeping department. You'll spend time front office and IT. You will learn also about food science and skills for work life. And you'll spend time learning about restaurant service and culinary arts. So you'll spend time in our kitchens in Shannon, in our restaurants in Shannon, and that's where you really learn how these two departments really work. And with all the other departments as well, it's very practical and hands-on in its nature. The third element to your first year is your language subject. And the language subjects that we offer in Shannon are French, German, Spanish, intercultural communications, and English. So depending on what you've learned before you come into third level, that will decide what language subject you have studied. So if you're studying French, German, or Spanish in the Leaving Cert, that means you would study that language when you would come into first year in Shannon. If you are studying, if you have a language exemption, which means you don't have to take a language for the Leaving Cert, that means you would also have an exemption from the language when you come to Shannon, and your language subject that you would study would be intercultural communications. For our students that are applying as international students, they would either study intercultural communications or they would continue to develop their English language skills. So the language that you're studying will then decide where you are going to go on your second year placement. So second year is a full 12-month work placement where you will go to work in a hotel in Europe for the full 12 months. You will work in a number of different departments within that hotel. And something that is really, really important to reiterate is that these placements are paid professional work placements. They are organized and managed by the college. So they are designed for you to actually have a learning outcome at the end of it. And that's something that the college will monitor throughout your placement year. So as I said, you will work in a number of different departments. So you're really learning an awful lot about how the actual hotel works, how the industry works, how all the different departments work together and they communicate with each other. And it's also a great opportunity for you to develop your language and your communication skills while you're there. On top of that, this is an amazing opportunity for you to travel. You do get the chance to go and live and work in a different country. And it's also a great opportunity to see the different places where your classmates have gone on their placements as well. So great opportunities to travel, live and work in a different place, and meet lots of new people and experience lots of new things. So the second year placement is a really, really fantastic experience and the students learn so much from it. Year 3 then, you are back in Shannon. And in third year, you are really focusing on your business and your management subjects. So you're looking at everything from a more senior perspective when you come into the third year. So you're going to continue to learn things about, rooms divisions management. You're going to continue with your food and beverage studies. You're going to continue with your finance subjects. You're also going to introduce some new business subjects. So things like HR, marketing, economics. But you're looking at everything from a managerial perspective at this stage. So you're going to take what you've learned in first year, what you've learned on that second year placement, and you're going to apply that. And now you're learning really how you would manage each of the different departments within a hotel. Year 4 is when our two programs split. So if you're doing the Bachelor of Business Studies degree, you're going to stay in the Shannon campus and you'll continue to do a broad business program. So covering all the different elements of business. At the same time as that, you'll have a chance to choose elective subjects, and those electives can be in lots of different areas. So you get the chance to pick which electives you have a particular interest in. So for example, if you were very interested maybe in the kitchen and the food side of things, you might decide to take on advanced culinary studies as your elective subject. You might also have an interest maybe in the beverage side of things. So, the kind of wine appreciation, all of, different beverages. spirits, all of that side of things. And you might then decide to take on advanced beverage studies. There's also things like event management, hotel asset management, your public speaking, management of organizational change, lots of different things, but it is completely up to you which electives you want to take on. For the students that are studying the Bachelor of Commerce degree, they're going to transfer to NUI Galway's main campus for that final academic year. While they're on the main campus, they will have the chance to choose one business discipline to specialize in for that year. So they will have their core modules, and then you will also have the chance to have all of your elective subjects in one particular business discipline, or you can have the majority of your electives in one particular discipline and then have a few electives in different business areas. So this is kind of your opportunity to just specialize your degree. So if you had a particular interest in accounting or in marketing, then that's your opportunity to focus more on that particular area in your degree. So that's the big difference between the two programs. One is more of a general business degree. The other has that chance to specialize for the final year. At the end of year 4, then, our students go on their final work placement. And that is essentially the student's first job. So it is completely up to the students at that stage where they want to go on that placement and where they want to start their careers. So I suppose the way it usually works, during normal times, a lot of our hotel partners would come to Shannon. They would do presentations for our students, and then our students themselves would decide which hotel companies, which roles they wanted to apply for. As I said, this is really your first job. And I think a big thing with the courses in Shannon is that throughout your program, you are developing your CV, developing your career. You're already steering your career in the direction that you want to go when you start this program and you go on your placement. So it's really a building blocks throughout the program. And then this final placement is really the beginning of your career. So great opportunities there for students. And sorry, I'll go back there. So these are just a few of the locations that are very popular amongst our students. And some of them, I'm sure you can imagine why they would be so popular. So great opportunities with some of the best hotel companies in the world. So really, really great opportunities, particularly if you have that interest in travel as well. So just to talk you through the entry requirements. So if you are applying through the Irish Leaving Cert, you would be required to have your 2 H5s and your 406 or H7s in the Leaving Cert. You would also need to have your English, Irish, Maths, and your third language. If you have a language exemption, that's perfectly fine. Just do make sure that it is registered with the NUI. That's really important. So last year, the cutoff point for the Leaving Cert points was 497 for the Bachelor of Business Studies, and it was 681 for the Bachelor of Commerce. And that's a combination of your Leaving Cert points and your interview score. So we'll talk a little bit about the interview and how that works in a moment. So for any student then that is applying through maybe a different application route, so if you're coming from a different country, if you're applying as an international student, we're more than happy to talk you through the entry requirements. Please just get in touch with us afterwards and we can go through the individual entry requirements for any other country. That's no problem at all. But any student, no matter where you're applying from, will also sit an entrance interview. So these interviews, they are, this year they took place online. And if you're still going to put us down in the change of mind facility, then your interview would take place in July. The first round of interviews each year take place in April. And in this interview, you can get up to 300 CAO points. So those points that you get in the Leaving Cert, in the interview are added to your Leaving Cert or your high school results, and then that's what makes up your application for Shannon. In normal times, we do a round of interviews in Shannon, a round of interviews in Dublin, but at the moment, all of our interviews are taking place online. So they are taking place over Zoom or something like that. But just to mention, you can still apply for these courses, even if you do want to start with us in September. We're not a restricted course. You can put us down at any stage of the CAO. And for international students, the application systems are still open as well. So please do get your applications in. For those applying through the Leaving Cert system, we do also have places within the Here and There system, and there is an application route as well through PLC. So if you didn't meet the minimum entry requirements, there is an opportunity to apply through the PLC route as well. So that might be something for some people to consider as well. Also then, just to mention something very important is that we're very lucky in Shannon to have guaranteed accommodation for all of our first year students. This accommodation is located in Bunratty. So it's about 10 minutes from the college, about 10 to 15 minutes the other direction, you're in Limerick City. So it's right in between kind of the two places that students tend to spend a lot of their time. The accommodation, it's really nice. They are all 3 and 4 bedroom houses that our current first years are in. And each of the students has their own bedroom and their own bathroom, and then they share the living space with their classmates. So really nice accommodation that students are in. That's the accommodation. Now I'm going to maybe ask Niharika to step in here. She is a current 3rd year student in the college. So I think she is going to be a better person to tell you a little bit about the clubs and societies and kind of more the social side of things involved in studying in Shannon. And maybe Niharika, you can tell us a little bit about why it is a really good place to study and why it's a little bit different to be a student in Shannon. So thanks for joining us, Niharika.
Thanks, Sarah. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all keeping well. So clubs and societies at Shannon, we're a very social college. We really love our societies and being a part of them. And all the students are really involved in all of these things. So I'll just take you through all the societies that we have at Shannon College. So we have a choir. Currently, it's taking place through Zoom, and it's very interesting to see how the choir society has come along, and they still haven't stopped. They take their sessions on Zoom together, and that's very interesting. We have a soccer society, a yoga society, basketball, badminton. We also have wine appreciation. So 3rd years and 4th years come together and form a society, and mostly 1st years try to come in, and then we all sit down together and we have a different wine every week, or sometimes 2 even, and then we have a very big blast at the end of the semester. It's very interesting and an exciting society to join. And then we have the running club as well. We have a charity society as well at the Shannon College, and that is one of the most, I think that's the oldest society, isn't that, Sarah? And this year our chosen society is, the chosen charity is Shine. It's a mental health service in Ennis, and I think that's a very good cause that we are supporting. So this society organizes various fundraising events throughout the year, such as quiz nights, cook-alongs, bake sales, Christmas jumper nights, among many other. And then we have the most fabulous event of the year that is most awaited by everyone. That's the dress dance. Sarah already knew what I was going to comment to. So this is a 2-day event that we all go to a resort to. We all dress up in our fabulous dresses, and we have a very fun two days away from college, just before our exams. They make sure we enjoy before we go into our exams. So then we also have a golf society. We decided to have this, I think, back in January 2020. It's fairly new. We weren't able to do a lot considering the lockdown and coronavirus. So that's a fairly new one, and we hope to have many endeavors in that one. We also have a Chinese Students Association, wherein they all make a group and then they go for sightseeing and explore Ireland, because that's something that they are really interested in doing. The college also provides a free bus to go to and come back from the leisure center. This facility is provided to students who live in the student accommodation in Banrati. Students also receive memberships at very good prices, discounted rates at the local leisure center. And they have a lot of facilities such as swimming pool, gym facilities, a playground. They also have steam and sauna rooms. They have a dance studio. They have a climbing wall. And I think everything that you would need. So that's all.
Thank you so
If you
much,
have any questions, please put them in the chat box and I'll be happy to answer them.
No, that's great. I think it's really nice to get a kind of an overview of all the different clubs and societies, and I think it's also important to mention that a lot of these have stayed very active throughout lockdown, which is really, really good to see. And I think also, you know, we've been very lucky in Shannon in that all of our first year students did get to come on campus for their practical subjects for the full first year, which was really great, and I think very important for them as well to have the chance to meet their classmates and to meet their lecturers as well, of course. So that's been really great. And there's first question in the chat. So it's from someone who has put one of the courses down on the CAO, but is wondering, is it possible to switch to the other program when the CAO applications open? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. So basically, once the CAO application systems reopen, you can change anything you like on your list. And because you've already had your interview, that will not be affected. Your interview score will still be the same. Whichever program you've decided to apply for, or if you've applied for both, that won't change at all. So if anyone does have any questions, please do pop them into the chat, or if you want to raise your hand and ask a question, that's no problem at all either. So please do so. There's another question just in here now. So this one might be for you, Niharika. So it's basically, can you tell me what it's like to work in a hotel for your second year placement? What is the placement like?
Oh yeah, of course. So I did my placement at the K Club in Kildare, if you know where it is. It was a fabulous time. I think I did most of my learning. I'll tell you what it was. So your place, what you will do in the hotel depends on your contract. So my contract was mostly an F&B contract. So I was more in all the restaurants at the K Club. So they have a variety. They have, I think, 5 to 6 restaurant outlets at the K Club. So the learning was diverse. We were handling a different kind of clientele in every restaurant. So there is a fine dining restaurant where we serve really, really, really rich people. The service style was French. And then there's a different etiquette in all restaurants. We had a golf club restaurant wherein all the golfers would come in for a quick coffee, a sandwich to go. So it's a very different kind of learning while you're at placement, because you're dealing with real people. You are actually, you know, if there is a problem, you're solving it at hand. Sometimes you will not have your manager. Sometimes you will have to take decisions. You will have to take the call. You will have to do what you think is the best decision in the current situation. Sometimes you might not get your linen delivery at the correct time. So you might be short of linen. So you need to know what to do at that situation. And trust me, your college lecturers are going to prepare you for all of that. I'm not saying that we have linen shortage at the college, but you will all these people who are teaching at the college, they have great industry experience and they talk from experience and the years and years of learning they've had themselves and seen other colleagues, students handle this. And I mean this when I say that they are the best people to learn from in hospitality. You will go into college, and it's so sad that we can't have this on campus, and you can the way we used to have it was that we would be having classes and this will be going on. So you can all see how we learn, how we do things at Shannon, and you will be able to learn that and see that how the lecturers are able to guide you. Even in college, they will know what problems you will have on your placement, even though they're not there. They will equip you and train you for every possible situation. No matter where you go, what you do, you will know what to do. They will train you to that level.
That's great, Harika. I think it's great to hear that you've such great memories of your lecturers as well. I'm sure they'll be thrilled when they watch this back. There's another question in, and it's just about the reopening of hotels, and basically asking, will there be jobs when hotels reopen? And I suppose I can take that one. Well, I suppose even speaking from a college point of view, we have received so many requests already looking for students to recruit on a part-time basis for the summer months. Our placements are getting up and running again. So it's a really exciting time. I suppose the hoteliers are so excited to be getting back open for the summer. I suppose the big thing is, like, once the industry reopens, I'm sure you've seen it amongst your own families, your own friends. We're all really excited to be able to go and socialize and go out for dinner or go and meet people. And I think it's something that will mean that the hotel industry and the hospitality industry is going to be very busy this summer and going forward. And then once international travel resumes as well, that's going to have a massive impact on I suppose the global hotel industry. So we are expecting over the next few years a massive increase and a big demand for the industry. So we're coming up to we only have a few minutes left. So if anyone else wants to get their questions in, please do get them in through the chat. Before we go, I do want to also just remind you and mention again that we will be having a panel discussion at 2 p.m. today. You'll find the link under the Business Hub, where you've just under this link that you'll have found. And that panel discussion is going to have two of our current students, they're classmates of Niharika. So we have Maeve and Tamana joining us for that session. But we also have two graduates of Shannon College. So we have Shane Ryan, who graduated in 2013, and he is the owner and founder of the company Feed, so FIID. So if you want to have a look at that to get your questions ready for Shane. So he's somebody who started his own business after working in hotels for a number of years. So he's going to talk kind of about the entrepreneurial side of what you learn in Shannon, and how why he decided to go off and start his own business after his time in hotels. Lewis Quinn is going to be the other person joining us for that panel discussion, and he's the director of sales in the Ritz-Carlton in Singapore. So he's a real hotelier. So I suppose he'll have plenty to tell you about in terms of, I suppose, working your way up through hotels and the different opportunities that come up within the hotel industry. So just before we go, I see there's another question coming in here, just asking, is it difficult to find accommodation abroad for the second year, or does the hotel have accommodation? So for that question, so depending on where you go, so a lot of our hotel partners do actually have student accommodation included, depending on their location. And if they don't have accommodation included, the hotel itself, the HR department within the hotel, would be really good to assist with guiding you as to where the best places to live would be. And then also the college itself, we've been working with a lot of the same hotel companies for a long time. So the placements department would know the hotels very well. They know their locations very well. So they'd be good to advise you as to where to look in terms of the best locations, etc. And then the other thing as well is that our students that have lived in those countries before, or they've gone and worked in these hotels before, they're really, really good as well to talk to the younger students, the students that are just going out on placement, and they'll be really good to advise you as well. And I know that the number of hotels that are actually providing student accommodation while they're working in their hotels is increasing. So that's becoming more common as well. So don't worry about that side of things. You won't find it too hard to find a place to live. Okay, so we are actually at the end of our session now. So I will finish up by thanking you all so much for joining and for listening today. A special thanks to Niharika joining us all the way from India today. So that is great. Thank you so much, Niharika. And I hope if you have any questions at all that you will please pop over to the Pobble questions and answers session that's going on, so you can ask any questions you like there, or do get in touch with us in the college at any time. We would love to help with any questions you have. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day and you get loads of information. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.